My name is Mary Souza, Marysouza.
And your position, your title, what are you doing here?
Well, right now I am a precinct committeeman from Kootenai County, from Legislative District 4. That's different than being a precinct committeeman from the county. So I will be serving on the county central committee, but I also am a delegate for this convention, and I am a candidate for being the new state leadership chair.
So you're running against Dorothy Moon.
I am.
And how's that going? What's your thoughts so far?
Well, here at the convention, it's been really interesting. There's a lot of high energy in this hallway today. Many Dorothy Moon supporters, many Mary Souza supporters, and the tension is real. So many of the committees are meeting today, and some of those are controversial issues that are being brought up. So it'll be interesting. Tomorrow is a general session, so you'll see a lot more people arriving. It'll all balance out a lot more. But today we have had some issues because we had permission from the hotel to come in and put a table in the hallway to offer our information, our cards, pens, stickers, that kind of thing, shirts. And Dorothy did not approve. Apparently, we didn't. We live here and we do work in this hotel all the time. So we're a special events company. So we know all of the people that work here. And so we thought we were in the clear. And then Dorothy came in and told us we needed to leave, which we have not done. And we have worked this through, but she didn't want to even talk about it, which is her decision-making style is. Do what I'm telling you, and we're not going to talk about it.
She wanted you to leave because you had set up a table?
Well, yeah, the hotel set up a table for us.
Right.
Yes, we had permission from the hotel to be there. They worked that out, but here's what the takeaway for me is. We need leadership in our Republican Party that first of all respects Republican members and Republican voters, but we also need people that will listen and allow people, the other people in the group, to tell their side of their view of whatever the issue is that's trying to be decided. And we don't have that now. We don't have that respectful conversation. We don't have that acknowledgement that different people can have different points of view and still line up with our Republican values.
And is that why you're running?
It is exactly why I'm running. I think that the respect for the Republican voters is the problem. We don't have respect for our voters right now. The rules and the policy changes that have happened in the last few years take away power from the Republican voters. For example, the pre-primary endorsements that are now approved to happen if the central committees want to do them. Pre-primary that means the decision for who will be the candidates voted on by the voters in the primary, that is made by the central committee, not the voters. And then the central committees also have the new rule that they can donate to those particular endorsed candidates, not treating the other Republican candidates equally. So I think that all in all, that takes a lot of power away from Republican voters, and I think that's a problem.
I just spoke with Dorothy Moon. She says that the Republican Party is more united now compared to 2 years ago.
2 years ago, Dorothy said that she was going to unite the party. This is the most divisive Republican Party. Anyone that I talked to, you could walk up and down that hall and ask everyone. I bet you 99% would say, oh no, it's so divided. Because you can feel it in that hallway. There's tension. People that they don't even want to talk to each other. So there are little groups that you can see that have gathered, and they know that they're safe in their little group, but they don't want the flack from another group. So we need to come together. We have a lot of different viewpoints in the Republican Party right now, and that's okay as long as they fit under our Republican values and want to treat everyone with respect. But we're not seeing that. I think that's the kind of thing we need in new leadership.
And how would you do that if you're elected?
Well, first of all, we would have conversations with each other if there were issues that came up. When I served in the Senate for 8 years, we had other senators from 35 districts. There are 35 legislative districts in Idaho. And if there was an issue that came before the Senate, and we dealt with 300 bills every year, but some were contentious. And so that if there was a bill that people had varying ideas about, that bill would be up on the floor of the Senate for discussion. And people would, from all over the state, would stand up, the senators, and they would say, this bill is important, it helps my district for this reason and this reason and this reason. And somebody else would stand up and say, this is going to be a problem for my district, and this part of the bill needs to be changed, or I can't support this bill at all. And we would respectfully always listen to those ideas and those views, because that's the way you make a good decision. You just don't have someone at the top of the power chain say, this is what we're going to do, and live with it. And that's what we've seen over the last few years under this leadership. We need more conversation, we need more respect in the process.
All right, Mary Souza, thanks for chatting with me.
You're welcome.